So last weekend I did what was it? It was like on the I think I did 10 drawings. Yeah, I did 10 drawings last weekend, and this weekend I had 7 to do. So that's basically what I'm doing is doing 7 drawings or 10 drawings in just 3 days is a lot of work. But yeah, it's also good for me because I do tend to go kind of crazy with the detail and stuff. So,
Okay, that's what's up, man. I'm seeing the
yeah.
drawings, man. I'm seeing you. I'm actually joining in. I'm live on Twitch, another
Oh,
thing, and I
really?
got my tablet hooked up, and I'm gonna join. I'm gonna do a drawing while I'm talking to you, and after I get everything set up. But yeah, and I'm gonna try to join into Inktober with you and talk about drawing and stuff. New
Okay.
sketch. You know?
Let me see. How hard would it be to get you to like share you drawing like in the corner of my stream?
It shouldn't be hard
Uh,
if you go to this page, the Geek Lemonade page. It should be live. Let me do this because I got your page open right now. Let me, you
yeah,
know,
I thought I made a link to that. Let me
it's
see.
a different. I'm on a different one than the other one. I'm on my actual Geek Lemonade page today. Like, I
Oh,
really,
so
I
you're not
am
on
the,
Twitch?
I'm on Twitch. I'm not on the I am the Suck page. You had to click on the Geek Lemonade on here to go to the page. I have 2 pages. Well, I have 3 pages. So this is I don't think you have the link to this. I don't sign into this page that much, so I'm pretty sure you don't have the link to it. Yeah.
Well, just send me a link in the Discord, and then I can
Okay.
just
All right.
jump to it.
Of course. What am I thinking?
I know, like the whole time you're like
Yeah,
this
yeah,
page, and I'm like, what is this page?
because I have the 2 pages. Man. I'm trying to start streaming on this one a little bit more than I normally do. So
Yeah, the last time we talked, like we were talking about, well, you were saying that you were starting to chat with a girl and you were spending more time like like streaming your conversations. How's that been going?
actually, that's been pretty okay, man. To tell you the truth. Um,
That's cool.
Inktober. All right, I'm getting there. Let me see.
I know. I'm sitting here like staring at Discord and I'm like, okay, you know what? Forget this.
Yeah, yeah, I'm
You
getting
let me
there.
know. You let me know.
I'm trying trying to get there. All right, let me see that. No, because I had to click off of your stream to get to my stream. So let me see.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
And it's how do I? All right, here, share
You've got
channel.
like 800 devices. If you're not completely surrounded by like computer screens and tablets, I'd be shocked. So
I
like
am.
I can't believe you're like I
That's the
can't
problem sometimes. Is I'm surrounded by
I've got too many screens. I can't keep track
yeah,
of all
yeah.
the light. It's blinding me.
Right.
Where's my mouse?
Plus it's Sunday and the Sunday show is going on, so I'm like I'm deep in it right now. You know.
Do
So
you do you literally you have a server computer that just literally just plays anime?
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And then one that just plays like Marvel stuff, and then one that just plays like Adult Swim
Dude,
stuff, and then
how do you
yeah,
you're saying Marvel stuff? How do you
yeah.
do that?
Um, I, I, I download it and I stream it.
No, no. I'm just saying like how do you get away with
I don't think I get
I
away with
can
anything. In fact, I think. Did you get the link?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Hold on a
I
second.
did.
I'm just trying to like turn off the audio because I could hear myself talking. And I was at first I was thinking it was you, and then I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm actually looking at somebody else's stream and I'm an idiot." But oops, shit. Yeah. I'm easily confused. Hold
Huh?
on a second.
Don't be. I'm a very
Don't be
confused.
confused.
No,
Yeah, I'll try.
I'm a very confused person myself. So I don't try to not
Yeah.
be confused. You see, take me down.
You've given up at this point. You're just
And
like, ah, fuck it.
man, trying to be not confused is the hardest thing to do, man. Especially out here, man. Like, oh my God, it's terrible. How people are, man. I gotta edit the stream. Hold on, man. I'm in my Dokkan thing, and I need to be in like in real life or drawing. Let me see. What's it called? Is it called drawing or is it called in real life? What are you in?
Wait, what? Drawing?
Yeah,
Real life? What?
no, the Twitch category. Do you call this IRL or drawing
Oh,
or
art. I
just
have it.
art,
Art. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
art, arta? Okay, there we go. You know how you gotta set up your stream and so it can be in the right the right category. It's in Dokkan battle.
You
I'll
know, actually, I was thinking, here's the weird thing about that. Like, you can't seem to. Okay, so what I'll end up doing is, I'll put stuff, because there's not a lot of like descriptions
mm,
for. Oh my God, there's not a lot of descriptions for stuff like. Okay, apparently I can't. Oh my God, OBS crashed.
your OB gets crashed.
OBS.
No.
Yeah, it looks like it crashed.
Okay. Hey, you don't gotta put my stuff on there, man. You cool, bro.
Oh, I've done it before.
Yeah, but this is on the fly. You know, anytime you do anything on the fly flies away.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay. You can bring it back though. I'm here.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm. In fact, I'm setting up yours on mine. Let me see. Let me reset this.
So, one of the things like this Friday, basically, one of the things that I was trying to do is, I was trying to set up, uh, like I was trying. Okay, so one of the things that's really annoying about my laptop is that I couldn't change the brightness of my screen. And I
Mm,
mean, I fucking draw. Like, I have to get right. So I started messing with it, and I was like trying different drivers and stuff. And I actually have an Alienware laptop that I bought off eBay. And one of the things is that his keyboard doesn't work.
mm,
So, well, it does, but some of the keys don't work. So I was like, I'm just going to have to use a Bluetooth keyboard. So I just completely ignored the keyboard on the laptop. Well, on Friday, while trying to figure out like how to change the brightness, like I knew that there were buttons on the keyboard for brightness. I'd already tried them; they didn't do anything. But then I saw there was a function key for hold on a second. And okay, it looks like I'm streaming. So I saw that there was a function key in Firefox, or sorry, Firefox. I saw that there was a function key in my Discord, in my laptop keyboard. I need to stop looking at the screen because I'm literally looking at things and then saying them out loud. So I saw on the laptop there was a keyboard button that had a laptop, little icon for a laptop, and a lightning going through it. I'm like, what the hell is this? And I hit it, and a little pop-up window comes up, and it says, "Do you want to enable performance mode?" I'm like, what the? Okay, sure. And so I enabled it, and it restarted the computer, full on restart, and it made my gaming video card into the primary video card.
ah,
And what that did is it allowed for me to do things like change brightness on my screen. So basically, right now, my gaming screen, my gaming video card in my laptop is it's running both screens instead of, usually in a gaming laptop, you have your primary screen controlled by the integrated graphics card, and then your secondary, like your HDMI, controlled by the gaming card. This is like a 4-year-old laptop, so maybe that's different nowadays. But yeah, anyway, since I've done that, things seem to be running pretty smoothly, but I'm not surprised Firefox crashed. That's basically the whole point of that little story that you didn't need to
Firefox.
know.
It's all
That's
right,
it.
man.
That was
That's
it.
that, that's that's how
That,
stories go, man.
that's exactly it. And the funny thing is, like, I had such a hell of a time telling it because I'm sitting here like, when Discord did, no, 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 not Discord. When Firefox, yeah, no, wait, no, I was talking about keyboard shit, like.
And
It was like I was trying to turn a simple story into like a 12-hour like novel or something. Like,
come on, man. I mean, that's how stories go. They start off, small, and then they get bigger.
Well, I was talking about a button on my keyboard, so it couldn't be that
It's
long.
gonna be that long. So all right. So you're drawing a staff with a compass, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Uh, I don't know. If you look up Inktober, it'll show you different suggestions. And it's just a little image. You can actually see it in my stream. Uh, and if like this isn't really doing it for you,
No,
like
I can do a staff. I never done a staff. I'll do a staff. Look at here. I can do the staff. The boy can do the staff. Just give him the job. All right.
you're like, watch me, motherfucker.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know what I can do, man. I
You're
see how
like,
you started, but let me see. Let me give me a pencil here.
yeah.
Or
When I
do I need
started,
an ink? Should I start with ink? Is it Inktober? You got to do it with ink. I don't know the rules. I'll start off with I
oh, Charles, yeah, I'm talking to a person from work. He runs a several streams on Twitch. Um, I don't know if you want to share that, Geek.
yeah,
If
yeah,
you can
man.
share that in my Discord, like you
Um,
can like
the
throw it
Twitch
in main.
streams, geeklemonade.com, and it has a link to all of them. So,
Yeah, geeklemonade.com is where he does all his streaming from. He usually has like anime and apparently Marvel,
it's
like I
five
was saying,
five channels. It's 5 channels.
5 channels. Jesus,
Right.
man.
It is actually a 6 channel right now because I'm streaming. I have like a special Sunday channel that I stream a lot of different stuff on. Like I got the anime channel, and then I
Mm-hmm.
have the Sunday channel that streams. Right now, I think What If is on, and then after that, the new Titans. Squid Games was just playing. So man, it's just a channel where people talk about film and watch film. So yeah, I have about 5, 6 different channels.
Dude, man,
Yeah.
that's like an addiction there. Like, I've heard of people like getting addicted to like weird stuff before, like I don't know, Twinkies. But you're
Twinkies.
like, I'm addicted to streaming.
Not
Watch
well.
out, motherfucker. Like, you're just like, I am the biggest geek you'll ever meet, like,
That is probably true. That's 100% true. I'm probably the biggest geek that you know that you didn't know was a geek. Yeah.
didn't know. Like, dude, I pretty much picked up on it as soon as you mentioned that you were doing like a bunch of anime streams. Like it's not that surprising. The funny thing is I really think that you would have done really well, like socially, uh, in California, because I've mentioned this before. Like when I lived in California, I did a lot better in dating and stuff because it was just sort of assumed
Oh.
that geeks were, they might be rich one day. So, like
That's
honestly, that's
that's the
that's sort
common
of
thesis going on in Orange Valley.
exactly because think of all the famous people like nowadays that are like rich now because they had some really great idea. And California, especially San Francisco, is full of geeky guys with crazy ideas. And, some of them are crazy, but girls will date them because maybe, you know, one day they'll be successful in doing whatever. And yeah, it's one of those things where I just feel like I made friends easier. I dated a lot more often. Like, it was a lot more casual there when you mentioned that you liked anime. Nobody like looked at you like, "Oh, you like anime?" Like, nobody had that attitude about anime. It also helped that San Francisco had, I think, a population of, I think it's 30% of their population is Asian. So if you were to go there and you started acting like you were better than something like anime, you would not be a very popular person, just in general, because like so many people love Asian culture, especially in California and like San Francisco. Not so much in Los Angeles. I mean,
He said not so much
you
in
know,
Los Angeles.
I really didn't like Los Angeles. Have you ever been to California?
I've never been west of Missouri, so
Oh my
no.
God, dude.
The furthest west I've been is probably Dallas, Texas. That's probably the upper.
You're you're
Uh,
probably the most West Coast person I've met since I've moved back to Wisconsin. You're probably the most West Coast person I've met. Just real chill, real easygoing, not really like judgmental, don't really like, look at
I'm
people and sort of like
very
make assumptions about
non-confrontational.
them. Very non-confrontational. See, you got to remember, San Francisco, a lot of people there smoke weed. So it's just a very non-confrontational city.
Right.
And a lot of people describe it as a small town in a big city. And that's exactly what, hey, system, how's it going? San Francisco, that's exactly what it is. It's a small town, a big city. People are very friendly there. People are like, very laid back, very chill, and you get a lot of geeks, a lot of nerds there. So,
Okay.
yeah.
I'll fit right in.
Oh, dude, I really think if you ever get a chance there, you'll know just what I'm talking about. You'll find yourself like hanging out at a cafe or something, and you'll hear people just casually talking about the latest episode of Attack on Titan or something. Like seriously. Like it is one of those things that, you've lived in the Midwest for so long that you don't know, man. It's another world. It really is.
It's hard to draw a
Anyway,
straight line on a tablet sometimes. Like I try my
dude,
best,
I
but
if somebody had a gun to my head, I wouldn't be able to draw a straight line, so don't worry about it. What
see,
I love is one of my followers, this person named Charzia, like it drives her absolutely mad because she knows her drawing program and I bought a copy because it was like 25 bucks. And so I'm sitting there like trying to draw a straight line. She's like typing in, frantically typing, hit the shift key. You can draw straight lines. Like she's
oh,
just like
I could be cheating here, but it's Inktober. I don't want to cheat. It's predictive text right here. I could just,
precisely
yeah. I'm just
no
trying.
cheating. And that's what I told her. I was like, I don't want to cheat.
I don't want to cheat right now. Like I'm showing off my skills. I'm not my computer skills. Because my computer skills,
Hey,
I just open up, Illustrator and just go nuts, and I'll have you a cane in no time with all type of shit, light effects and all that. But yeah,
I have to real quick. I have to apologize because I depicted Charcy as like this frantic, crazy person. She's really not. I like to depict her as you know uh, basically a nut job, but she's really not. She's really the sweetest person on the planet. So no, she did not sit there and like angrily type at me like to hold the shift key, but she
I
did
I get you.
mention politely to me, hey, you can hit the shift key to do straight line. But yeah, system. Yeah, don't worry about hanging out on streams. Like I don't get a lot of people hanging out. I just get a couple people who chill with me, and they're usually busy doing something else while I stream. So don't worry about it, system. I appreciate you mentioning that though. Actually, there was another person who was like, "Oh yeah, I'm totally going to come and hang out," and I haven't seen him all weekend. So, like, I don't hold it against them. Like, I'm like super needy. I need friends, but I'm not gonna like start judging people for like not being my friend. I'm like, okay, I suck. I get it. It's okay.
You don't suck, man. You're pretty cool, man.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Lemonade.
Yeah,
That's hey guys, that's from somebody who's actually met me.
yeah.
So if like you guys were thinking, oh man, he's probably just pretending to be nice. No, no,
No, no,
no.
no, no.
I mean,
This guy's
people
pretty
who
cool.
talk to me actually like me.
Yeah, he's pretty cool in person, man. You'd be surprised.
Yeah.
I'm not cool in person. I'm totally, totally different. Totally different. Just joking. I'm not. I'm
Yeah,
just
I was like, really? I mean, I don't know if you're fishing for compliments or something.
no,
Like,
hell
what are
no,
you, a
no,
girl? Like,
no. I don't fish for
you're like,
compliments, man.
I just got this new dress. I'm like, yes, it looks very nice on you. Like, okay.
No, I don't fish for compliments, man. I never been fishing. I'm joking. I've been fishing once or twice, and that's crazy because I lived in Arkansas for like all my life, and like, and I only been fishing twice. Never been hunting though. Never was a hunting person.
Yeah, yeah. By the way, system, good on the vaccination. Like, I'm a little surprised that vaccination isn't like, I guess I live in America, so I don't know what it is for the rest of the world, but people are just I don't know, man. It really is obnoxious. They're like, "Oh, just ignore it. It's been blown out of proportion and stuff like that." For me, who's got like two elderly parents, both of them immunity compromised, like that shit is serious. So like, fuck those guys, man. When people are like, it'll just, it'll run its course. I'm just like, motherfucker, like I might meet you on the street, get your goddamn vaccination. But yeah, that's awesome, man. I'm happy you got your vaccination. Um, wait. Only one dose in total, as the body is a mirror. Huh. Oh, of course, I get that. Yeah, yeah. But anyway, geek, what were we just talking about? I'm sorry, I got distracted. I'm trying to like pay attention to my chat.
Hey,
Oh,
go right ahead, bro. I'm just sitting here trying to think of how to draw. That's it. I got this thing look like a duck head, and I end up drawing
okay,
faces that look like a JoJo character almost with a big ass braid. I don't know, man. But
dude, just
no, I'm just
you know.
going with it, man. This is how I talk to myself, so don't
Oh,
maybe
okay.
don't mind, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It's all good.
yeah. This is how I get into where I need to be. So, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't even worry about it, man. Like, I was just talking to somebody, and it was actually Alex. Like he's in my chat, and he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna draw more wands." And I was like, "Yeah, just go crazy with the detail. Like really, just have at it. Don't try to like fit it into like any norm or expectations or anything like that. Like." And he said, "Well, I don't want to make the wand look too heavy." And I'm like, "Dude, you're being really judgmental about wizards. Like, you don't know. There could be like a bodybuilder wizard who's like, chilling at the gym and he wants to like lift.
Yeah,
He
see,
wants to like,
that wand's not strong enough, bro.
the wand.
You got to
I
have
need it.
girth.
It has to be iron
I-
with some like unicorn tail or something like, like you don't like.
oh man, I get
So,
it.
but yeah, I was telling him I was add some jewels to it. Like you can really just go crazy. And like I remember back in college when I went to college art school in San Francisco. There was this really amazing teacher, and we were learning clay, like doing clay sculpting. And there was a student there who, I mean, she was trying to make a person's head,
Hmm.
but to everybody else, it looked like it was a nut job was trying to do a clay head. Like it was so sporadic and chaotic and nuts. Um, a wand. Oh, by the way, the reason we brought up the wands is like I was like, why don't you just put a shotgun, like make the wand, but have a shotgun attached to it?
Hmm.
Um, how buff you are, you're not swinging a giant sword like rapier. That's your wand is a goddamn rapier. Isn't a rapier like no, rapier would be a small one. Wait, which one is the gigantic ones that Scottish people like Vikings or who I don't know who, but they had these swords that were like 6 feet tall or something like
Oh,
that.
you talking about like them? I forget the name of, but I know what you're talking about, man. I don't know the claymores and stuff
I
like
will swing a long sword.
long.
Claymore? Maybe a claymore. That might be it. But Scottish claymore. Yep, yep, yep. Okay, I was thinking like maybe I got that wrong with the Scottish. Yeah,
Thank you, Breath
Alex
of the
T.
Wild. Sorry, thank you, Breath of the Wild, for making sure I know what kind of swords I'm working
Yeah.
with.
So so no, I was back to like what I was saying about okay, so there was this girl and it looked like what she was drawing was just insanity. Like it didn't look like a face. It just looked like a bunch of clumps of clay, sort of spotty and all over the place. Like it didn't really look like a person. And the teacher was just complimenting her and saying how unique and interesting it looked and like, how she couldn't like, change her style and like how it was unique and stick with it. You're doing great and stuff like that. And the whole time she's like thinking, she's like, "Oh, I can't do this. I don't know how to do this," and da da da. And the teacher just kept telling her how
Inspiring.
great she was. And I completely forgot about that student. Like I moved on, life went on, and so forth. And wouldn't you fucking know it, like 4 or 5 years down the road, I walked past this gallery. and what do I fucking see? An entire showroom of this girl's artwork of clay, and it all looked just as crazy as what she was doing back in the day. And she was like, she had a whole gallery full of her art. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. So it's like, you can sit here and like tell yourself that you suck and everything, but you can turn that into an art. Like people will appreciate it. Somebody out there will appreciate it. I mean, looking back on some of her stuff, it was definitely very unique. It may not have been like my style, but the teacher obviously appreciated what she was doing, and she got a fucking gallery full of her art. So I mean, Jesus. So yeah, just let it go, man. Don't even try to like make anything in particular. Don't have any I mean, when you look at my artwork, a lot of it's just wiggly lines when it starts out, but then it starts to take shape. And it's because I'm literally just building and building and building, erasing and building over and over and over again till eventually it looks something like what I want it to. And yeah, man, like don't even stress about it. Take a look at the three I just made. Oh, Alex made another series of wands. Do any of them have a shotgun? Ooh, oh wow. Alex, good job. All three of them look great. It looks like Alex has discovered the mirror tool and he is turning it into an art form, like the actual mirror tool into an art form.
Oh,
It's really impressive.
the mirror tool is great.
Yeah, he's got what? Alex, would you stop? Alex, he's got to be the most particular with his work. He is so like I don't know, you can't convince him he's done anything good. It's aggravating. Stop that, Alex. You stupid head. No, no, I knew that the first one wasn't, but after that you were using the mirror tool. But yeah, man, I think it looks fine. I think you're good, dude. But yeah, Alex is one of those people who like I feel like the teacher in that clay like class, like he does these really amazing like drawings, and I mean compared to what he was doing when he first showed up in my stream, it's so like night and day. Like I swear to God, I wish I could like dig up some of those old drawings and be like, this is what he was doing like 6 months ago or 8 months ago or whatever, and this is what he's doing now. And it would fucking floor you because he has improved dramatically. And yeah, I mean, I think that a part of that is just like, just being positive and honest and trying to like help him out. So I'm kind of happy. Alex, if you become rich from your art, you owe me. You owe me big time. Like, I better like you better have a house in your backyard that I can move into or something. Just feed me.
Feed me, Seymour.
Yeah, exactly. These kids aren't going to get that. They're not going to know what the hell you're talking about. I brought up Tyler Durton the other day in a voice chat on Discord, and like nobody, like one person, and like they were like Tyler Durton, and I'm like Fight Club, and only one person was like, "Oh yeah, dude," um,
You know why they didn't say nothing?
because it's an old ass film.
No, because you don't supposed to talk about
You don't
Fight
talk
Club.
about Fight Club. Yeah, yeah,
You don't talk about Fight Club.
yeah,
They was following the rules. You were messing up. You didn't know. I got you.
yeah,
You
exactly.
know,
Damn it,
for the people who
that would
don't
be
know,
funny.
that was a little shop of horror. Feed Me Seymour. It was Rick Moranis.
Yeah,
It's a very very good film. If you never watched it, oh my god, it's such a good film. I just watched it recently. I just rewatched it, and oh man, I love that film.
it
Yeah.
is. It's kind of funny that um, I was mentioning earlier. Was it Friday or yesterday? Um, that this whole don't worry if I do, it will play cute anime maid to serve you. Oh my God, Alex just offered to dress up as an anime maid to serve me. Like if he becomes rich off of his artwork.
You heard it here
Alex,
first.
I will fucking take you up on that. Like, I mean, after we get past the laughter, your tea better be fucking great. Um, I will pay someone. Oh, okay, that's nice. Is it going to be some old dude that you found on the street, like an old homeless guy? You're like, put on the dress. He's like, whoa, okay. You're going to give me beer, right? Um, yeah, anyway, so I was talking about nostalgia because I think this was could have been last weekend, but I was talking about nostalgia and I was saying that uh like nowadays you can't play flash games. I mean, there are websites that like
Oh,
have flash games that you can download and you can get like flash emulators or whatever. But most people don't know about that. So it's like this entire like era of the internet completely disappeared after flash went away. And think of all these kids who played these games growing up and now they have no access to it. And my point was about all that is since so many games are online only, a lot of these things people will never be able to play once those servers go down.
yeah.
They'll just disappear. And it'll just be the accepted norm that, oh, well, now that those servers are dead, well, I'll never play that game anymore. So nostalgia as we know it, like nowadays, a lot of people mention old 80s movies and 90s movies and stuff like that. All that's going to disappear because people won't have access to any of that media. It's not like the movies where you just buy a DVD or buy a cartridge of a game. It's all online now. So once it disappears, it's just gone. And if you're lucky, some company will find value in trying to like stream it or like whatever. But a lot of these games, like they're like EA, can you see EA like willingly selling the rights to their library of games, like any of their games? Unless EA goes bankrupt, they'll be the only ones to own those games. So if you're lucky, EA will allow people to play these games on servers. But again, once that's over, I mean, you're narrowing your audience down dramatically. It's like people who have some nostalgia, they grow up, a lot of these kids grow up, they have money, and they're like, I want to play Call of Duty 1 or 2 or whatever. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of a game that's always online. And, like maybe EA will put it up, but it'll only live for so long. So that audience that took up that opportunity to play that game that disappeared once already is whittled down dramatically. So then it's like those people who like pass on or just give up on the whole idea of playing those games, they're gone. The few people who decided to try out this great game that, EA took a chance and put online, they're gone. So it's like nostalgia as we know it today is going to disappear because the media it'll be strangled by these companies that are
Well,
controlling it.
well, EA already does that. So like anytime a new Madden or Live or whatever comes out, like the last year's server or the year before last server goes out.
Yeah.
So you
Yep.
can't. There's no playing the Madden 2020 and 2024. So like,
Yep.
so you can play like the base version. That's why I like buying physical disc because you can
Yep.
still play like the base of the game, but you can't play any of the online components because they turn the servers off. So they do that already, and that's employed to try to get you to buy the newest one. So eventually they're just gonna turn them all off, like you said, once if it goes under or whatever. Or maybe they turn them back on and just let you play the game, but you won't be able to do the whole online access. But just like with Call of Duty on a Wii.
Alex, real quick, Alex, if you want to post the drawing that you did from a year ago or something, please feel free. Like I'd be curious to see it. But yeah, no, have you ever heard of the YouTube channel called Accursed Farms?
Mm,
Accursed Farm?
no.
It's a guy who he does blogs, like YouTube blogs, from time to time about dead games, and he he'll play games that are online, and he does these blogs about games that have completely disappeared, and there's no way to play them. And yeah, he's a real advocate for like preventing all of that. Um,
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like the community for um, the GameCube Super Smash Bros. That
Oh yeah.
they keep their server going. The Wii server for the Black Ops, a Call of Duty, I think Black Ops, they keep their server going, so you can still go online on a Wii and play online with people on like Black Ops and stuff on the
Did you
first
hear
one.
about that? That looks really awesome, Alex. Thanks for sharing. Actually, that looks really awesome. I mean, it's like it's I mean, it's a cartoony character, but it works with the character that you created. Like it totally fits. Like I wouldn't even say that it's like an amateur did it. It looks like something that it looks like a cute like cartoony axe wielding character. I like it. Like it totally works. It really does. I love it, man. Thanks for sharing. I'm sorry, Lemonade. I
You're
keep
right.
stopping you dead in your
No,
tracks.
you're good, man. I mean, engage, man. I'm here to engage, man. I mean,
But you were saying, I'm sorry.
I mean, just they had a, there's certain fandoms that try to keep the servers open, trying to just, keep the games alive. Because you're right, man, they're gone, man. Like you won't get any of them old
Man,
games. And I remember the Flash games. I used to have like Pac-Man in my browser on like every computer I ever got on, no matter if I was at work or wherever. Just I can just go play Pac-Man real quick with my keyboard. So,
now did you hear about the time this was recent too? Nintendo stopped a tournament
oh yeah,
uh
Smash Brothers.
from playing Smash Brothers
Yeah,
because somebody had hacked the game to make it so that people, I mean, it was COVID, so they wanted to include Smash Brothers in this tournament, and they're like, no, no, no,
yeah,
because these people have, that's the most disgusting thing is like Nintendo, while EA has done some really bullshitty things, Nintendo is so desperate to control their licenses. It borders on obsessive like sociopath type behavior because I mean, they're taking people to court for basically allowing anyone to play these wonderful games, but then they don't provide those same services. It's kind of like streaming. Like when Netflix first came about, they offered Blockbuster a deal where they're like, "Hey, you want to buy Netflix from us?" And it was for like $1 million. And Blockbuster was like, "Ha ha ha ha, silly! Nobody wants to order DVDs online. And what's streaming? Are you kidding me? Nobody's gonna, stream videos. Not everybody has a computer." I think is the quote that the, the CEO said or something. But yeah, and then it turned out, and then you gotta mute me? No, it's fine. Okay. I think he muted me, but he didn't mute himself, so I can totally hear them talking. Hopefully, it's nothing like, "Dude, you gotta put your underwear in the hamper. I can't deal with all these, stains." There's I don't know. I'm just being an ass. But, anyway. Oh, you know what? I saw a meme of that, but tell me more about it because I really don't know anything about it. Disney is trying to do a anime? God damn, dude, that is messed up. Why would they do that? You add sugar?
no, you make lemonade, geek lemonade,
Dude,
geeklemonade.com.
yeah, but who drinks lemonade without sugar, dude? Seriously. That's some sour ass lemonade.
With some Splenda, that's what you. That's what I gotta do
Some Splenda.
with some
Yeah, that's true.
Splenda. I'm a
You're
diabetic.
like you're like, dude, some of us are diabetic, you asshole. Like, that's funny. No, you don't know much about it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious, but honestly, it's just really disgusting. But Disney is like trying to rule the world one media platform at a time. It's really insane. And
I love Disney Plus. Me and my kids watch it
yeah,
all the time.
but you know, I don't. Do you remember? Because I remember the day that this happened. There was a law, like a federal law, uh, basically preventing companies and corporations from owning a source of media, newspaper, TV, or whatever. Like a company couldn't own multiple sources of media in one area. So that's why we went from owning, from having like 3 or 4 dozen media, like TV programs, TV companies, to only six. Like all
Hmm.
of our media is provided from just a handful of corporations, like all of our information, news, programming, like what shows we watch, all that. So it's like, it's no wonder people went to streaming because they didn't want to fucking, the same shit every day.
Exactly.
So, yeah, like I remember the day that I heard that and I just thought, how is that even right? Like, you know, it's really scary to think that all of our information is provided by just a handful of companies. But that's the world we live in right now. So Disney is sort of like the ultimate, like they're like Ultron or like uh, they are why can't I think of as Thanos? They're fucking Thanos. Seriously, Disney is Thanos. I mean, you love it, but Jesus Christ, they're evil.
Jesus Christ, dude. You're right. I do love it, man. I do love it. I just found out that they canceled the DuckTales, and I'm like pissed, man. I love the new DuckTales. It was like freaking awesome. And
No, I haven't seen any of
oh,
it.
you haven't seen it?
Remember remember Gummy Bears?
Oh
That
hell
show?
yeah! I remember Gummy Bears. I remember light bulbs. I mean, lightning. But light bright. What was it called? Light bright had a fucking cartoon. Um,
Light Bright, really? I don't
yeah,
remember
man.
seeing that.
Was it the
I
lightning?
thought you were talking
The
about
lightning
Rainbow
baby.
Bright. I was
I
like,
remember
Rainbow Bright?
Rainbow Bright too, man. So much stuff, man. Growing up, you know, and we had the conductor there to tell us everything we needed to know. Now he's gone. Thomas
The
is
con
yeah,
Oh, Thomas the Tank Engine. That
yeah,
show's gone?
yeah. George Carlin used to be the conductor. And,
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
yeah, so I had my kids watching Reading Rainbow the other day. They love it, man. We, we can sing the
You know,
songs. And,
that's the funny thing is I think that going back to, I know that I probably sound like just a really angry old man. I mean, you're an old man too, but I'm like angry. I'm like old man personified. But I think that that's why we're so nostalgic for a lot of these shows, because you had all these different companies vying for your attention. So they were willing to try new and different things.
man,
So you have like Reading Rainbow and like Thomas the Tank Engine. I mean, those are PBS shows, but you didn't have this influence from just six companies. Like everything has to go through these corporate, naysayers or whatever. And it's like every decision has to go through a committee. So it's like nowadays, you don't have that same ingenuity. Like it's so funny that like so many people argue that the market will decide the way, kind of. Well, if the market's only fucking, if you can only buy from six stores, you're kind of fucked. Like anyway, I'm sorry. I know I'm bitching way too much. I I,
no,
I do that a lot.
you're right. You can only buy from so many places. The life,
Yeah,
the life of the wife is ended by the knife. The
dude,
Genshu,
are you?
the Genshu for 1995 for all the shoppers. They try to get to us everywhere they can, man. You know, I mean, you know, these places, man, these warehouses make it harder for smaller businesses. Yet they provide for more people, than a smaller business can. So,
Yeah, I remember one time I was talking to my sister about this because she's an activist. Like she's very like very politically minded and very active in the environmental movement. And inspire villains like Scar or Doctor Cochlear Malflexion. What? Anyway, I don't know what you're saying there, Alex. I don't recognize. I recognize Scar, but anyway, so basically, I was telling my sister that I think that the direction of like media or not media, like corporations, I think that it's just a natural evolution to consolidate, to simplify the the uh, the organization of the selling and purchasing of products. Like people would rather go to one place. Like Walmart is sort of like the uh, the eventual evolution of like large markets, like large stores and stuff like that. Like that just makes sense on a everyday level, like as a person, individual. So anyway, I don't want to talk about that kind of crap, like let's not talk about retail. Ugh.
Mm.
But yeah, so what what got you into anime in the first place? Like back in the day? Like did you
Um. Oh well, we got me an anime. Oh, I like animation to begin with. I mean,
well,
um,
I mean, yeah, I get that. Like you didn't it's not like somebody threw a DVD of Dragon Ball Z at you and said, "Now watch this." Like did you
it was
did you grow up
Vegeta. It
watching like
was no, let's see, what got me into anime? I would have to say Thundercats.
oh, good call. They're
Yeah,
remaking, didn't
I've
they?
seen the
They
remakes, man. I do not like them, but if you look at the old animation style of Thundercats and look at the newer animation styles of anime, it's like one and the same,
Yeah.
you know.
Well,
But
they
it,
couldn't have fucked it up as much as they fucked up He-Man. Like,
right,
you
right.
know.
So, but
Let's turn a show about young boys who who love watching masculine men run around with swords. Let's turn that into a feminist message or something. Like, are you kidding me? Like that was the stupidest fucking thing. I mean, like if they embraced the campiness of that show and like had some like semi homoerotic like shit like like um scenes, like, oh, let me like rub some oil on your back from that scar that you took from that weapon, like seriously, that people would have loved that. They would have thought it was hysterical. But
oh man.
instead, they're just like, "Oh no, let's kill off He-Man in the first episode."
Whoa,
Are you kidding me?
wait! For real? That's what they did?
That's exactly what they did.
I didn't see it. I didn't see it. So it's really She Man. Is his daughter going
They
around to fight the day or something? Oh my.
so basically what happened is that they turned the princess, that side character who I guess He-Man is pretty much doing is sort of like He-Man's love interest. Um, she becomes the main character of He-Man. And so they follow her around. And eventually, and the craziest thing is like she is, yeah, Alex, I don't blame you. Alex said that he saw the trailer and he was like, "Fuck that." Especially when these animation shows like Netflix, they're competing against anime. Like anime is so big nowadays. But anyway, so the princess, I guess the love interest of He-Man from the day back in the day, uh Skeletor shoves the sword through He-Man in the gut, kills He-Man. So then life goes on, and then we follow the princess because I guess there's some rumor that He-Man is still alive or something. So you follow her along, and when she finally meets He-Man, she yells and screams at him because he didn't tell her. Remember, He-Man is supposed to be like a superhero persona. She yells and screams at him because he didn't tell her that he was He-Man. Keep in mind, she just spent the whole fucking series trying to find him, and when she finds him, she yells and screams at him. And you're
That's
just like, who the fuck? What are you? That's like Lois Lane yelling at like Superman for being like Clark Kent. Like, how dare you go around the world saving human beings on the day to day? Like, Jesus Christ, you've lied to me all this time. And it's like, I'm fucking Superman. I'm trying to keep you safe, you bitch. Like, what the fuck? Like, Like, that's insane. So, yeah, they
Soup.
turned it into this feminist movement show, which, hey, feminists, that's a good message. Like, young women, they need heroes in the day to day. Like, men run the fucking world. Like, and that's no joke. But seriously, in a He-Man series, that's insane.
They didn't want to leave the women folk out, man.
Well, apparently the She-Ra show, I didn't watch it, but apparently that was really well done because they embraced the campiness. Like they went full ham on the She-Ra show. But apparently when it comes to big muscly men, sparkly muscly men, they look like they're oiled all. Like, come on, man, there's so much opportunity
Speaking of
to
sparkly, muscly man, have you ever seen JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?
you've asked me that before. I tried it a couple times and I didn't enjoy it. Um
That's
I
very sparkly.
I mean, does it have like homoerotic undertones to it? Like, do they embrace that, or is it just like,
I
hey,
don't, I
we're
don't, I don't, I would say when you look at an anime, you think like waifus and stuff like that, and then I had to think back that the manga was done back in you know in the early '80s, '90s, and something like that. So
they
they
weren't
didn't
even thinking about that.
women and stuff like that at the time, but you just like wow, they really don't. It's not a lot of woman centric stuff in there, but that's crazy because the new JoJo that's coming out is centered around a woman JoJo. So, but
Really?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's like it's crazy. I like it, but at the same time, you're like, wow, there's no women in here, like for real, like. And you watch so many modern animes, you know how like they feature women or girls or whatever,
Oh,
like heavenly, you know.
yeah. Well, unfortunately, like Japan is pretty misogynist country. So like it's funny because there's so many like strong women in their media, like in their comics and stuff. But I don't know, like their culture itself isn't they're not. Yeah, I don't know. Look into it. It's one of those weird things where it's almost like the opposite. It's kind of like their anime where it's like so creative and unique and stuff, but people don't that's not like the everyday Japan, unfortunately. Hold
Right.
on a second. Alex just wrote a novel. Hold on. I was watching Invincible. I need to watch that show, by the way. I still have to watch that.
It's freaking
Him and
awesome.
Amber got together and he was, oh, now you're just giving away a bunch of, maybe I shouldn't read this. I haven't watched Invincible.
It's real good. You should watch it. I show it on my channel. So
Oh. Yeah, dude, if anybody wants to watch something like that. Yeah, I don't really I think it's mostly Alex hanging out with us. So I feel like I should at least pay attention to the one person watching. Oof. Well, don't read it. Oh, okay. See? That's I knew it. Like as soon as I started reading it, I was like, "Wait a minute. Is this just a bunch of spoilers?"
probably so. Anything he's telling you on a show that you never seen before is
Yeah,
probably
exactly.
a
He's
spoiler.
like blanking stuff out, like, and then blank, 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 and then blank, blank. It was such a great episode. I hope you see, I hope you enjoyed my description. Uh, but yeah, I actually, my first anime, like I watched, okay, so here's a little bit about me. When I was a kid, my parents did not like me watching Disney at all. Like
Oh,
they,
that sucked. That must
hey,
have like sucked.
no,
That's
no, no, you don't get it. They knew the history of Disney. So they were like, "You're not watching Disney. That motherfucker's evil." Because he actually gave money to the Nazis. He was a very, very, very vocal anti-Semite.
oh,
So like
I
my
know.
my parents, huh?
Oh, I know all about him.
Yeah, yeah. My parents are like not cool with like supporting that kind of thing, and I know like I don't know, man. Like my parents I just come from a family of a bunch of people who are very like stern, like their morality. they believe in firmly, and but they're not preachy about it. So it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, I didn't watch Disney as a kid. I know of Disney. I've seen some of their shows. I like during the 90s, I did watch Aladdin and
Darkwing Duck.
yeah. Huh?
Did you watch Darkwing Duck?
Well, that was in my teens. Like they weren't going to be able to stop me. They weren't home. They were like at work. Like I was a latchkey kid. Like I didn't have like my parents were never around when after school and stuff. So I
Nice,
would come home from school and for like, 3 or 4 hours or whatever, like, I'd watch whatever the hell I wanted. But yeah, I watched Darkwing Duck.
nice.
But yeah, but when I was a little kid, I didn't watch Disney. My parents got me anime. So I watched a whole bunch of anime, but I didn't know it. Like I didn't know that I was watching anime. But so later in life, I yo, okay, Alex, don't you go to sleep? Aren't you going to sleep? Dude, Alex, okay.
What is
So Charzia and Alex are basically, they're real close to one another in terms of like their time zones. And Alex stays up super fucking late, even on school nights. And I'm like, what the hell, dude? Charzia is like stressed out about it all the time. And you're like, yeah, I'll be up until like 5 a.m., then get up in 2 hours and go to school. I'm like, what the hell?
it? Hey, I do that
Oh,
all
it's
the
only
time,
9
bro.
p.m. for you? Okay. Well, why did Charzia go to sleep so early? Damn. But anyway, so yeah, like I grew up as a little kid watching all this anime, but I didn't know it was anime. And it wasn't until I was like 18, 19 that I discovered the beauty of LimeWire and cuz yeah, like LimeWire and Kazaa, and I was just like
Share it there.
looking for something to watch.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not her neighbor. Yeah, but you guys are like within an hour of you, like time zone wise, like you're within an hour. So you might as well be neighbors as far as I'm concerned.
It's a very
And
short
also
span.
you live in like Europe. Like seriously, you could drive down the street and you'd end up running into her. Like all of Europe is the size of Texas. Like seriously. Your world is so tiny.
Oh man.
Europe is like a fishbowl and the rest of us are just kind of watching and enjoying. Um Sorry, that's like really dismissive. Poor Europeans and their tiny little world. Um, what was I saying? Yeah, when I was 18, I discovered LimeWire or Kazaa or something like that, and I was just looking for something to watch, and I saw Evangelion, and I'm like,
Mm.
"What's this?" And I was totally floored by it, like utterly, totally, completely. I'd never seen anything like it before. And I was like, if this is what animation can do, then Jesus Christ, I should be watching more. And that was like 96, 97. So yeah, for a long time now, I've been watching anime. I tell people in my Discord and on stream that I'm like, I've been watching anime for 20, 25 years, 26 years, something like that. And they're like, wow, you're really old. And I'm like, yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, dude, I've been watching anime for a long ass time, and it's so awesome that uh, consciously watching anime, I should say, because like I said, I watched it when I was a kid. But it's kind of awesome that I discovered anime in such a memorable way, like holy shit. Like that is nuts. The first anime that I was like actually aware, like and old enough to appreciate was fucking Evangelion. Like literally nothing is going to live up to that.
Nothing is gonna live up to
Yeah.
that. Nothing lives up to first experiences to begin with. You know.
Yeah, exactly. And Evangelion is a fucking juggernaut. Like in terms of like influential, like seriously. It's like, well, it's all downhill from here.
Yeah, that's a good starter. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, you are ignoring my request for his link, so I don't leave your stream, or because you just keep missing my message
Oh,
about me not being able to find his stream.
oh, my
Huh?
stream. Oh my God, my bad, bro. You need my
Were you
stream?
messaging him in the Discord?
Because I'm definitely not looking at anything. Let me see.
Yeah, he's he's using his tablet. His screen is completely separate. Like he's not looking at his screen at all.
Let me see.
Is a masterpiece. Oh, so here's something fascinating. Not fascinating, but it's actually pretty interesting. Alex is a huge Overlord fan. Like he
Oh,
loves
nice.
Overlord. My Discord is a huge pile of Overlord references because he constantly finds memes referencing Overlord. I honestly think at this point he's got like a folder that's just nothing but Overlord pictures and videos. And he just kind of like, I don't know, has a program that shuffles them and then randomly picks one. And he just tosses one on my Discord. But yeah, like he's a huge fan of Overlord and it's a great show, but it's not better than Evangelion. I'm sorry, dude. Alex, have you seen Evangelion?
All right, I posted a link to the website on there. So, and
Yeah.
also put the Twitch stream in your main Discord page.
Okay.
All right.
Excellent.
So,
Even though I have a channel specifically for streams, but hey, it's all good.
I don't
I'm
know how
just
to
fucking
I
with
don't
you.
know how to work this
I'm just
thing, man. Hold
yeah.
on, man.
You're like,
Haven't been.
I'm as old as you. Give me a fucking
Yeah,
break, man.
come on, man. I can't do it like that fast. I don't have
I
permission to push that. Let me see.
you're like, I've got 20 screens in front of me. You think I fucking know what I'm doing right now? Like,
Right. You know,
I can barely open my eyes.
I'm here. I'm here right now.
Yeah.
That's
That's
it.
pretty much all I know. It's like I don't need to
Right.
shit, I don't need to piss, and I don't need to sleep. And the rest is just, you know,
I'm
icing on the cake.
exactly. I'm here right now. I made it. That's it.
Oh, thank you, Alex.
Yeah. But yeah, thanks for going to the, coming to the channel because I'm not looking at my channel directly right now. This is like I'm not. I'm only on Twitch. I usually be on like Vine, YouTube, and Facebook and all that stuff, but I'm only streaming on Twitch right now. I don't. I definitely don't draw, and you getting some rare me right here. This is an exclusive.
Oh, that looks pretty cool actually.
I'm
I
just
just looked at your
um
stream of
yeah. I'm
the wand.
trying to make a wand staff. I don't know what it is at this moment. Right now,
It
it's
looks
just
great.
well. Thanks, man. I'm doing the mirror mode. I switched up. Now my first one was different, but hey, keep trying,
Dude,
right? Keep
I
crying.
keep I keep telling people like don't about the details, man. Just let it go.
Yeah.
I mean, like I'm not a critic. Like you could literally just draw a pile of shit and I'd be like, I can almost smell that. Like you're good. Don't worry about it.
I'm doing my pile of shit drawing. I can't even
You're
draw a
like,
pile of shit. There's some few. I can draw a pile of shit,
I kind of now the next suggestion is collide. Maybe I'll draw a poop falling into the toilet.
man.
It'll be challenging because it's water, and it'll be funny because it's poop.
Let me see. Matter of fact, let me take a look and see what's actually on my channels as I speak to you right now, because they're alive right now. Okay. Mm, let's see. I think 8686 is on right now.
ではこの少女の命と
Yeah.
今必死に避難
8686 is on right now. Wait, no, that's not. That's remake. I don't know. I have a lot of. No, Fina Pirate Princess is on right now. After that, the deities know peace, and then the Great Jah. It's a
Do
lot
you
of
just
anime.
get
It's a lot of
do you
anime.
just get channel after channel after channel like deleted? Like, how do
No,
you
I've
do
never
that?
been. I never been deleted. This is not on
Really?
Twitch. This is not on like a big platform, and
Well,
so it's not like they watch. To be to in order to get that, somebody has to actually from that particular thing come and push me down. Like,
here's something. Like a while back, I had like I didn't have a lot of older people hang out on my Twitch stream, and there was this one woman who actually left because of this. But basically, what I was doing is I had like in my Discord, I would stream whatever anime I was watching while I drew, because I
mm-hmm,
figured, hey, people can hang out and watch whatever I'm watching. And I wasn't watching anything with nudity or even like, swearing. In fact, I can't remember what anime it was. Oh God, I think it was like the bastard instructor or something, the bastard magic instructor. I can't remember the name of it. But it's a very like tame anime. It's just about a magic school and a teacher who's kind of an asshole. But he doesn't swear. There's no nudity to speak of. But I remember I was on stream and I mentioned I was like, "Wait, this is TVMA? What why would this be rated TVMA? I didn't understand that at all." And I was like, well, whatever. And I started streaming it. And so this lady who was watching was like, wait a minute, are you having kids watch that with you? And I was like, yeah, but I've seen it before. I know what it's about. There's nothing that's insult. And she's like, you can't do that because then you'll end up getting arrested or something like that. Like really extreme, like not just your Twitch stream will get deleted, but like arrested, like for inappropriate, viewing with children and stuff like that. And I was like, whoa, what are you talking about? This isn't seriously, this is a pretty chill anime. It really isn't. It's just a school, like it's a magic school. And she's like, no, no, no. Unless you can prove that they're, such and such age, like you need a way to like, unless they're 18, you can't watch a show that's rated that MA, da da da. And I'm like, listen, I don't know what you're talking about, but okay. I'm gonna watch this, and it sucks that you don't think that's okay, but trust me, I know this show. And she left. Like she used to hang out all the time. And after that, she just never came back. And I was like, wow, okay. And here's a funny little like, PS to all of that. She ended up showing up later, and at the time I was having a whole like I was freaking out because this girl joined a Satan worshiping church. Like I posted this
Oh, it's the same person.
uh I don't know, but it was a 15-year-old girl from Austria, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Ember, yes. So this girl, I posted this article about this Satan worshiping church suing the state of Texas for making abortion illegal. And I thought, wow, that's pretty funny and clever because, as Satanists, they believe that they have the right to take lives, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, legally it made sense, and I was like, this is funny. And I posted it. And then Ember ended up posting an image of their welcoming screen because she just joined the church. Now, keep in mind she's in Austria, okay? Like, chances of her like going to that church or whatever are pretty fucking slim. But the problem is that she probably gave them a bunch of her information, and it's not like Satan worshipers are just going to be the small group of people that's in the church. I mean, they could just be doing it to avoid taxes, but there's still a fucking Satan worshiping church. And I'm freaking out. I'm like, oh my God, what are you thinking, Ember? This is insane. You don't join a goddamn Satan worshiping church and da 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 da. Nobody cared. And I was really frustrated. So this woman who I said earlier, she shows up and she's like, "What's going on? How's it going?" She doesn't know what's going on with Ember. And I tell her, I'm like, Ember just fucking joined a Satan worshiping church. Like, oh Jesus, and like nobody cares. I'm pulling my hair out. I'm going nuts. And she's like, "Are you trying to stifle her religious exploration?" I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? This is a god. They're self-proclaimed. Like, you don't know these people. You don't have a fucking clue. People in America are insane. Like these people could be nut jobs. They could be like trading girls back and forth in the basement of some random building somewhere. You don't know these people. They're fucking Satan. Like, I just go off on this lady. And that's when she disappeared forever. After
Wow.
that, she banned me. Like, I was like, wow, because I tried to message her and I was like, so wait a second, you don't like people watching anime, but you're okay with somebody joining this Satan worshiping church? Like, explain that. I don't get that. But I couldn't send that message to her because she fucking banned me. And I'm like, wow, like crazy. Like, you know, but yeah, that really floored me. But yeah, I still hold firm. Like, you don't join a goddamn Satan worshiping church, especially a 15-year-old girl. Like, I don't know, man. You can I know people don't seem to be taking that very seriously, most people I talk to, but still, it bothers me. It's like it sort of bothers me in a way that I guess maybe most people don't really consider it very serious, like whatever. But for me, it's like,
I'm gonna play
dude,
devil's advocate. I'm gonna play devil's
uh-huh.
advocate, and I'm gonna say America was born on freedom of religion.
Hey, listen, she's a 15-year-old girl, dude. You know,
Freedom.
like devil's advocate my ass. She's a 15-year-old girl. You know, like she's free to read, websites, go to like Wikipedia, look up what uh Satan worshiping is all about, legit
Right.
exploration of her religious expression. Okay. Like I'm cool with that, but you're just joining some random church in Texas. Like, I mean, there are two places you don't join a religious sect. Okay. Like there's two big places in America you don't join a religious cult. Texas and Florida. Those are the two places in America. Like if this was some random, church in Wisconsin, I'd be like, oh, they're probably just idiots. But this is Texas. Texas, they're gun mad nut jobs.
They're for real in Texas.
Huh?
It's for real in Texas.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, I mean, I'm realistic. They're probably just avoiding taxes. They're probably just a bunch of idiots. But I don't know, man. It just bothered me. It really bothered me.
Man,
Still kind of
how does
bothers me.
that bother you when I'm pretty sure that you've seen it, but somebody at our job used to walk around with a Cthulhu on the back of their shirt every
Yeah,
day.
but they were probably an adult. Why do I keep telling people it's a 15-year-old girl, man? Why do people
So I'm saying it starts somewhere, you know.
Yeah, but yeah, you read up on it. You don't join them at age 15. Jesus. She had to give them information about herself. More than likely, I don't know. I really
Hopefully
don't know. I
fake.
didn't go to the website.
Hopefully
But it's
fake
like
information.
I just feel like they're gonna attract all the wrong people and you don't know who they're associated with. Like, I mean, they could be really nice people, but they could attract really messy, really nasty people.
Yeah.
So that's the thing that I have the biggest problem with. You don't know who their friends are. If you went out to a bar with somebody and they bring along their friend and their friend's like, really into guns and knives and they just carry guns and knives with them everywhere they go and they just pull them out on people, you'd be like, listen, I like you, but I don't know about your friend, man. There's
Yeah.
something wrong with him.
I'm not.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's not
Like,
the crowd I want to be around.
yeah, exactly. Like what the So yeah, anyway, that's my whole feeling about it. I'm not going to go into it anymore. Nobody cares.
It's cool, man.
I want to bring something up. My grandfather, when I was younger, he was a Baptist pastor when I was a little kid. Like I grew up, I was basically like my parents raised me, but my grandparents took care of me as a little kid a lot. Like they had me over at their house all the time. And I think it's probably because of that. Like there's a part of me like deep down who just sees that kind of thing and just goes, "Oh Jesus, there's something really wrong with that." Like I'm not religious, I don't really think that there's a God or a devil or anything, but
Hmm.
just the whole thought of like Satan worshiping to me just
I'm a
um
Believe it or not, I'm very religious, man. I grew up in the
oh.
church. I went to Catholic school. I like to I like to think that I'm more of a passive person, but if it was to come down to Judgment Day, I'd be like, oh, here's my scorecard. I gave 11. You know, so
Hey,
so
no, the earliest documents of like Jesus and all that, they say that God is about worshiping is not about worshiping the place or not like about taking part in any type of like ceremony or anything.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
about recognizing yourself and understanding
so
that God basically made you and you should appreciate that.
right.
So yeah, like you can be a passive religious person. Like
Yeah,
there's nothing
I
wrong
don't
with
go
that.
to church or nothing like that. You don't have to fellowship with people. Like anytime that you're talking about spiritual stuff, you're pretty much having church then. You don't have to go to a place in order to feel, accepted by God. That's the
Oh,
one thing people fail to realize that we anytime that you're talking about God, you're having church. When you go to the place on Sunday, you're just fellowshipping with fellow like-minded individuals. It's just like going
yeah,
to a convention, We
it's
just
a social activity.
that's
Yeah,
all.
it's that's what it was. It was that God exists in you and without you, so you are a church,
Exactly.
basically, was the idea. And that makes a lot of sense to me. I appreciate that. Like I think that's really awesome. But yeah, no, I'm not religious myself, but I don't judge others for that because I grew up in a pretty religious environment, early on in life. Like why the fuck would I hold anybody like two of the most amazing people I've known in my childhood were very religious. So like why the fuck would I judge people for that?
Right.
But there's enough hate in the world already, like Disney, for example.
Don't you speak on our overlords. Praise us with the
Yeah.
content.
Yeah,
Please bring us
dude.
more content.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So,
Please release more Marvel movies.
exactly. That's what we're about. Thank you, Disney, for making sure Star Wars stays alive and all
Oh,
of.
really? Do you like those Star Wars movies?
I like content. I like nerd culture. So even if I didn't like them, I would still watch them. And
Wow.
just to be like, yeah, I seen it. You know.
You are the problem. Now I understand.
Thank you. I was wanting. I knew I was gonna be something in my life. I didn't know the problem was gonna be it, but now
Yeah,
that I
precisely.
now that
You're
I've
like
it,
you're
thank
like
you.
like somebody like you're the problem with society and you're like, "Really? Oh God. Finally, I have a reason to live."
Right. Thank you. Oh, I never knew I would be anything, but I am the problem. You hear that, Mom? You say I ain't
Yeah.
shit.
Told you. I
I'm the
told you I'd
fucking
get
problem.
here.
I'm the problem. I'm the fucking
You're
problem.
like, all this time I've been asking myself, why am I here? Wow. Actually, when you think about it, that would be awesome because, if you're like sitting there, you're questioning your life and you're wondering, like, who am I? Why am I here? And even if somebody came up to you and said, listen, you're here to just basically represent all the worst in humanity, you'd be like, oh,
Thank you.
finally, somebody has answered my deepest question. Like,
Thank you. Now
you
get me a
know?
Pepsi.
Yeah, exactly.
All I wanted was a
Yeah.
Pepsi.
Excuse me while I yell at this Starbucks employee.
Can I have a Pepsi? Can I please have a Pepsi? This is Starbucks. We don't have any Pepsi.
Yeah. Listen, fucking go down the street then. It's not my fault you ran out. Like,
Right. Get some more Pepsi. Yeah.
it kind of reminds me of there's this great video that I saw long, long ago where basically this Karen was trying to get a return, so they bought a sundae and they didn't like the flavor. And it was like vanilla or something like that. So the Karen comes back and she's like, I want a return for this. I want to get my money back. And the guy's like, we don't do returns. And she just keeps going. And he was just like, hey, listen. And she's recording all this, by the way. And she fucking posted it, which you would think that's the craziest thing about America is people are just idiots. They think they're going to prove their point by posting these videos and then they just get all this hate. Anyway, so he's telling her is like, hey, listen, I understand you don't like it, but that's not how food works. Like, you can't return food. You had some, you drank some, right? And she's like, yes. You're like, yeah, but that's it. You're done. Like,
Like how much was
you didn't
drunk
like
and
it.
how much was eaten?
You,
Like if it was
yeah,
like a spoonful and she's like, oh, okay, but like if it was like a quarter or 30% missing, then yeah, you ate too much. I'm gonna say something about this because I got some restaurants are good to do that. Okay, like I got some food one time. I think I thought it was like a cheese dip and it was more like a cheese paste. like fondue type dish.
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, yeah, this isn't what I wanted. Like, I tried to dip a chip in it, and I'm like, nah, this isn't. They're not gonna make you pay for that. But like,
I
if you ate like 10% of it, then yeah, you know, no, no,
I
it's over.
seem to I seem to remember him making a point saying something like, that's halfway done. You clearly were enjoying it enough to drink that much of it or something like that.
Yeah,
Like it was a very reasonable but that's not the point. That's not the point. Like what she was asking for was unreasonable. That's what I was going to say. Um, but yeah, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like she just came back. Like she actually did drink some of it.
oh,
So anyway, basically she's like, I want to return for this. And he's like, yeah, no, we don't do that. And she's like, well, the customer's always right. And this is the best part because he just breaks it down. He's like, no, the customer isn't always right because they can be unreasonable, just like you're being right now. And as a person selling a product, if another person partakes in it, then that shows that they are actually going to use it or enjoy it. Like you can't break a watch or break a phone and then try to get a return because something you made a mistake with. You obviously enjoyed your Sunday. You just if you don't like it, then you just don't get it in the future. I'm not doing it justice, but he really broke it down for them, basically saying like, you might think that you're real special and you should always get your way, but this is the real world now. You're not going to get your way on this. And he was only like 16, 17 years old telling this lady, like an adult, like basically this 30 something year old woman talking to her like she was, like she was just about to go out into the real world. Like this is what the adult world is like. Let me tell you all about it, kind of thing. It was really funny.
damn.
But yeah, it kind of reminds me of a meme I just saw. It was like veganism is a first world problem. Like vegan is a first world problem because I mean it's true. Like if you lived in a place where you basically had to choose between bugs and whatever you could find or kill, you wouldn't give a shit. Like,
Oh man, I'm getting that bug, man. Do you see the fresh critters?
yeah, I'm getting that bug.
Yeah, some fresh critters by the furry today. Better hurry
I,
up
I
and
know
get it.
I know someone who spent a lot of time in Taiwan, and he said the best thing to eat while you're drunk was fried grasshoppers.
Wow.
He loved them, and I mean, he wasn't just talking shit. Like this is a thing. You can look it up.
So he lives by it,
Yeah.
huh?
The compass looks like shit, but the wand is fucking awesome looking.
Yeah, your wand is looking great, man. Mine is looking like, all right, it's not bad.
No, it looks great, dude. The fact that you got all that detail in there, it looks fine.
I'm getting good at shading and stuff. Like my compass is more like a crystal ball of some sort. So yeah.
I Here's the funny thing. I wish I could do like line art, like cartoon type art. So when I hear people that are just like, they clearly have a focus, like a tendency towards line art, and they're like, "Oh, I wish I could do shading." And I'm like, "Yeah, join the fucking club." Like seriously, everybody wishes they could do this or wish that they
Like
could do that, but
I'm not. I don't see it. I see it as like as long as I'm trying, I'm doing great. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, that's good. Excellent. That was my whole point, man. Like, just keep going at it. You're fine.
But if you don't think you have any flaws, that's the number one flaw in my book. If I don't think I can improve, then what am I doing? You know,
Wait a second. You don't stick your head in the toilet bowl and take a deep whiff every time you take a shit?
definitely do. I definitely look, but I'm diabetic. I do it for different reasons. But I like to make sure stuff is
Oh,
need to
I
be a
didn't
certain
expect
way.
it to go that way. I like.
Yeah, like yeah, I'm sick. Okay, that's why I didn't show up to work during the COVID, because I'm actually susceptible to it. So, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So
dude, no shit.
I have to look in the toilet sometimes and say, "Yo, okay, no more green shit
Are
for a week." All right.
are you looking for blood or something like that? Is
No,
that
I just to
that-
make sure like I have you want to take a good poop. You know, I don't know about any of y'all. Okay, let me tell y'all about us people that's pushing 40 or older. All right,
Diabetes, like,
you
let me
know,
share with you.
right. You know, turn on the smooth jazz.
Yeah, exactly. Bow, 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 bow.
It's called fiber, okay? You need to put it in your diet, all right? If you ain't got it in your diet now, you need to. You need to make sure you take a great poop every day. You don't want a soft
Nice.
poop. You want a poop with nice consistency, consistency. So, yeah, watch what you're eating because you don't want to be in a situation. And don't worry, it don't matter what you do, no how hard you try, you're eventually going to be in this situation. It's crazy.
Hey man, that is listen, you get a lot of younger people on stream and a lot of them end up eating like fast food all the time. And you're like, that's good like, maybe a couple times a week, but seriously, man, when you get older, your body just it's going to disagree. Alex, have fun bleaching your ears. This is important information. Like it might not be like the most comfortable thing to hear, but seriously, like this is the word of God basically, man. You need to take care of yourself. And like I'm sure like there's plenty of people out there who are like going to be looking at their shit, after hearing this. They're
But
like,
I
let
didn't
me
mean to
double
get too
check. I don't
foul.
know. I don't know. Should there be a piece of tooth in that shit there? That might be a problem.
Yeah. No, man.
I just looked at your wands, man. I just gave them a thumbs up. They look fantastic, by the way. I like the bat on one end, and it looks like you got a snake on the other. That looks really cool. I just saw a video like on a meme site of this guy who found himself with a green tree snake, like a baby, and it was all running, and he tried to chase it. By the way, one of the most poisonous snakes on the fucking planet is the green tree snake. They're when you see them, they're very distinctive, but they're very bright green and they're super fucking poisonous. And so I'm watching this video of this guy chasing this snake. I'm like, oh Jesus, don't leave it alone, just please, for the love of God, because baby snakes they can't control how much venom they release, so they'll release their entire like venom sac or whatever if they bite you. I learned that because I got bit by a cottonmouth snake when I was younger,
Oh,
and I was very lucky because fortunately it was just warning me. It wasn't trying to actually kill me. But yeah, don't chase baby snakes. You don't know how poisonous they are.
snake
Why did I
just
say all that? Who knows? I'm just babbling on now.
snake just stopped and like, this is a warning to you, okay? You know,
Yeah,
next
shit.
next next time you
God damn
know,
it.
next time you know, I'm gonna take you down.
Yeah, that's exactly how I mean, it just very quickly bit me. It was a baby cottonmouth. And the nurse was like, "Oh, what?" I remember this. I love this. What was the size of its head? I was like, "I don't know. Like, was it round or was it like an arrow?" And I was like, "It was an arrow." And that's when shit got real. Um, just so you know, like snakes in general, poisonous. I mean, because you're from Arkansas, but poisonous snakes will tend to have like arrow-sized
Yeah,
heads because they have venom sacs in their heads, and that sort of makes the back of their heads wider. And yeah, but there's a handful of snakes, like the green tree snake, that does not have a pointy head, and they are really fucking poisonous. So just don't chase baby snakes, man, and check your poo. Those are the two lessons I have to pass on to you
that's it.
guys.
My grandfather one time shot a snake in the middle of the road. Just shot him.
Dude, I lived in Louisiana. That listen, probably once or twice a month that shit happened. My dad would go out with his 22 because we had a pond in front of our house. And one time we lifted up we had a boat and it was just a tiny little like God, probably like 12-footer or something, really small. And he lifted it up. It was upside down. He lifted it up, and a shit ton of snakes just went off in all fucking directions. I mean, imagine me and my dad were just standing there. He lifts up the boat. Snakes are shooting out in all direction between our legs, everywhere. And yeah, we had a problem with cottonmouths. And just so anybody who might be watching, cottonmouths are well known in America as being like the second most maybe, most poisonous snake in North America. Like they are no joke, and we had a shit ton of them. We didn't just have we had fucking family reunions. We didn't have a handful of them. We had a ton of them, and they loved our fucking pond. or at least like around our area. I jumped over a cottonmouth when I was a kid. I was like so excited. I used to fish in the pond, which, by the way, parents out there, don't let your little 5-year-old kid fish in a pond that's well known for having fucking like cottonmouth snakes. I'm surprised I'm not dead. Anyway, so I get all excited. I go running toward the house and I see a branch in the driveway and I jump over it and it fucking tried to like the branch moved and it sort of did this whole like I mean, I don't know. I guess jumped would be one way to, but I jumped over it and it went for me. Like it went for my leg. And I was like, that wasn't a branch. And I went inside and my dad came out with his 22 and shot that motherfucker. Like, oh, again? Like, seriously.
Yeah. I am
Oh, man.
scared shitless of snakes. When I moved to Arkansas from Illinois, because that's where I'm based out of, I
Mm-hmm.
was very, 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 very much afraid of every fucking thing. Like, what the fuck? I'm from Chicago. Like, I wasn't scared of gun violence, ambulances, or anything, you know. But at 9 o'clock at night and it's pitch black for as far
Oh,
as the eye
dude.
can see, and you're like, oh, you
Oh,
just walk through the path and the auntie's house is on the side here, and you hear like crickets and everything, like everything you heard in Sleepy Hollow as he was walking back from the party and stuff. You hear all that stuff every night.
oh,
Every
absolutely.
Ichabod
Um,
was me. I was Ichabod.
oh man, yeah. In Louisiana, we had neighbors that were about a mile away, and then we had another neighbor that was like relatively close, not too far. We could see the house lights through the trees. But yeah, our backyard was a forest that went for miles. And that shit, like I remember going into the backyard just to like because my dad would have me take out the trash or whatever. And suddenly I would hear something walking through the woods like really close by, like, like within throwing distance. And yeah, dude, I have that shit would terrify me. I mean, even as a little kid, you think, oh, I'm just kind of curious. No, I was just take that trash out, run back home. Like that was it. Like
That's it.
I knew to fear shit. Like, I mean, snakes were one thing, you kind of get used to it. Oh, jump over a snake, da da da. But like when there's this big black like forest of nothingness and you're just like, I don't know what's in there. I don't know what might come out, and I just want to take out the trash. Why does my dad tell me to do this? He just killed a snake in our front yard. Like, what the fuck? Like, but yeah, anyway. Um, okay. I think this is done. I'm good with the wand. Now that I've done this like beautiful like wand, it's like the compass just looks so bad and terrible. It looks so wrong. Like it doesn't fit at all. I'm just like, yeah, it looks like a child doodled it on top of this nice little drawing of a wand.
It looks
I'm
good,
just like,
man.
whatever.
It looks good. I couldn't even draw the lines in there, so I just opted to make it a sphere. So
It looks good. Like I'm looking at it, it looks fine.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I was gonna say yours looks fine as well. See,
I like that you've got these nice little details like these chipped out pieces of wood on the sides, and it actually looks like a curved piece of wood that somebody spent time and like chipped away at. Looks nice, man.
that's what I was going for. Well predictive. So
And the ball, is that supposed to be like a quartz or like crystal or something?
yeah, yeah.
What you what
Sp-
you do is try doing a Google search for something like that because there should be like with crystal, it would probably be like spider webby on the inside.
oh
And
yeah.
you can probably do a little bit of that in the shading. And with like quartz, um it would probably be like little specks of things inside. You just add little bit of just a little touch of that in the shading and it'll sell it. It'll really sell it as a crystal or whatever. You can probably just do a Google search for crystals until you find something that you like,
If you Google
something that
search
you're like,
crystal in Arkansas, trust me, man. When
oh,
you Google search
oh
crystal
yeah.
in Arkansas,
So imagine that as a little kid dealing with that as well. Like, oh shit, I don't know if it's a wolf or it's a meth addict.
Right? Yeah, like, oh man, you go with Crystal and Arcus. Oh my god, what the hell is
My,
that?
my mom and dad were telling me a story one time about how they went skinny dipping. So in Louisiana, there's a lot of like rivers, okay? Like it's a swamp. So they went skinny dipping in a river and they hear what sounds like somebody running through the woods. And it's literally like clop, 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 going through the woods, like heavy foots running through the woods. And they very quickly, like, to get their clothes on, they're like, really, oh shit, I don't know what's going to happen. Like, because it sounds like some man is running towards them out of nowhere. Hey, thank you very much, Alex, for hanging out. I appreciate your time and like it's been fun.
Thank you, Alex.
Thank you for the wands, for like drawing those wands. I guess it was like a emotional support because I think you started it when I was doing that terrible drawing of the turtle. You're like, don't worry, man. Let me share with you a little bit of my my amateur drawings, and that'll make you feel better, or whatever the case may be. But yeah, thank you for and sharing with me my challenges and so forth. It's been fun. Okay, I think I'm done with this silly compass. It looks terrible, but fuck it. Anyway, yeah, what was I saying? So yeah, these so my parents are freaking out because they think that there's somebody running top speed at them from out of nowhere. Like they're in Louisiana, like it's not too hard to get miles from people. Um, and you're in the woods, like you're alone. Like you can scream all you want. Nobody's coming to save you. So they're freaking out. And they get their clothes on real fast and they like, they're all like cowering behind some tree or something like that. They don't know what's coming. And apparently they could hear it coming from like a while, like a far away, because out of the woods comes a goddamn armadillo. They apparently, as a self-defense mechanism, they they run in such a way that they're purposely making noise to make other animals run away. Like they're trying to avoid predators. So they make as much noise as they can when they run through the woods or do whatever. And it was a so yeah, it was a goddamn armadillo. Yeah, it I know it sounds silly, but there you have it. I'm sure there's a YouTube video on this, like because I'd love to hear it. I can only imagine how terrified my parents must have been.
Armadillo. It doesn't matter what it is. If it's coming for you, you get out of there. Get out of there.
Yeah,
Last
yeah,
thing I need is Sandstrew trying to kill me. You know. So that's from Pokemon Sandstrew.
yeah. See, I wasn't gonna ask. I was gonna pretend. Haha, I get it. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. I'm just gonna assume it's an anime reference,
Yeah.
some random anime that I've probably seen before. But yeah, I
Pokemon.
never watched
No, don't.
the Pokemon.
Yeah,
No,
don't.
I never watched Pokemon. So
Yeah, I wouldn't watch it if I was
you wouldn't watch it if I were you, really?
you. Yeah, I don't like to get people hooked on drugs. You know, it's not my thing. It's not my thing, man.
You're like, listen, this is my addiction. I
You
have to live with it.
you seen
I'm not going to.
you seen Dewey Cox walk hard? You know, you don't want no parts of this shit. You know, that's from Dewey Cox walk hard. He goes into a bathroom, they're doing drugs and stuff. You know, he's like, "What y'all doing in here?" He said, "You don't want no parts of this shit, Dewey. It looks good."
Oh, yes,
Yeah,
I do remember that when he was a kid, like when he first witnessed somebody doing drugs. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember that.
yeah. So
And then he ends up doing all those drugs like later on, like, oh, and they keep telling him like, oh, you can't do this. You can't have any part of this, and then he keeps doing it.
I think I want to do it. I think I do want to do it. Yeah, don't do Pokemon, okay? Yeah, don't do
Um,
Pokemon.
hey, have you seen the new Dave Chappelle stand up?
Oh yeah,
You
it's
had to
freaking
have,
dope. It's freaking dope,
yeah,
man.
you had to have heard like all the controversy, like,
Oh yeah. I heard everything about it. It's very controversial.
it is not though. That's the crazy thing. It's just he's kind of like George Carlin, where he just doesn't give a fuck. He's like, I don't care if you're black, white, pink, purple. I'm making fun of you, and you have to live with it. So like that, I think that's the same thing. Dave Chappelle's just taking on that mantle that George Carlin had for so long. Have you watched George Carlin before? You familiar
Yeah,
with
I've
him?
listened to him on record from time to time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So yeah. Wow, you're old school.
I'm very old school, man. I know you
Did
can't
your
see it. Can you see it? No, you can't see it.
are you
It's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
looking at your
I
records back there, but you can't see it. It's all on this side of me, and yeah, oh, it looks good on blue. All
it
right.
does. If you make it like red or I was gonna say maybe purple. Like maybe accents that are purple with like it's a red wand, blue background with purple accents.
Yeah, yeah, kind of give the mythological look on it. I
Yeah.
gotta work on that. They, it's crazy. This app used to have the Kodak, the what's the name of the damn brushes? The Copic brushes, Copic, 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 yeah, Copic,
COVID? COVID?
no, the Copic, Copic brushes or whatever. But they took them off of here. You know, they
Huh.
still on the phones. If you had the Legacy app, it's still in the Legacy app, but they took them off of here, and they used to have the colors, so it was kind of easy to go through the colors and like, get some good shading, done. Because I can be like, okay, I use this one, I use this one, and all that. But now it's like, okay. But
Huh.
yeah, it's crazy, man.
I wonder why. I guess maybe they just didn't figure it was worth upgrading or
No, I think they
you know,
just lost their license with the copiatic brushes and stuff. I think that's what it is.
okay, okay. I didn't know if
Because
it
this
was a filter or something like
right,
that.
I think
Like,
because it went totally free. Even though I paid for it, it was only like a $1.99 though. But it went totally free, and it lost the brushes. It was crazy. Like if I go on my phone, I think it's on my phone. Let me see if I can go on my phone real quick. Because I told you can stream from your phone too, right?
I think you mentioned that.
Yeah. So it shouldn't change too much. Okay. Here's my whole life.
Huh? What?
I said, here's my whole life on the phone. There we go.
That sounds so depressing because you didn't just say it like, "Oh, this is my whole life." You like, "This is my whole life." Like it sounded kind of sad.
My whole life I've been on the phone. Been on the ranch, been on the phone on the ranch. On the road. Living on the bayou. Born on the bayou. Let me see. That's a good one.
Okay, I think I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, yeah.
Call,
But
call this a done drawing. Let's see, what's the next one? Collide.
so
Now I mentioned poo, but that's a little too lowbrow for me. Um, oh, actually, I'll show you. Hold on a second. I'll show you what I did yesterday.
oh, they took my markers off of here too. They took them off of here. They took them off everywhere.
Oh,
Oh.
that sucks. I
Oh.
don't even know what it is. I mean, it
Yeah,
sounds like you like it,
I
so I
did
feel
like
for
it.
you, dude.
I did like it. They took it from me. That's why you should never update anything at any time, anywhere,
Yeah,
ever.
exactly.
you know.
They say it makes
See,
things better, but it doesn't.
right.
So so look at my stream real quick.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Um, this so yesterday this photographer shows up in my stream and she's talking about she's basically just learning. She's only like, a lot of the like teenagers, they show up and they see art and they're just like, "Oh, cool." And she had some really nice photos and I was telling her I was like there's a lot of passion that goes into photography. I mean, it's art like any other art. And so I was describing to her the story I read about a photographer who wanted to capture this bird that dives straight down and catches fish and then flies. Well, I don't know if fly is really the right word, but like flies back out of the water, like And when they fall down, when they go straight down, they're literally like compressing their body. So they're like a bullet. And so they're shooting straight down into the water. And this photographer wanted to capture the very instant just before the beak of the bird hits the water. And it's amazing. It's an amazing photograph, and he actually achieved it. But he said that it took him 8 months and over 30,000 photos to capture that instant. And I was like, oh my God. And so that's basically what I was telling that girl, which she said, I'll never take a photo again. Thank you for ruining all my passion and dream. No, no. She was like, wow, like, and so after talking to her about that, I was like, I want to draw something kind of like that because the idea from Inktober. By the way, I did this drawing in about 3 hours, maybe four. Um, so I'm really happy with the results for being the relatively short amount of time. But the idea from Inktober is tick. So originally I was going to do like a bomb exploding, and I wanted that instant just as the like sort of shock wave starts to move outwards from the epicenter. And that's what this idea originally was, is like to capture the instant just before things go south. And instead, I turned it into an eyeball getting liquid dripped from it from some weird thing with roots and worms licking up the eyeball juices. I don't know. I don't fucking know. It's weird and creepy, but like I've tried to describe it to people. Like anybody who talks to me and knows me, I'm not like a dark person. I don't talk about dark things. I don't even watch like horror films or anything. But everybody has like a signature style, like the way they draw, their arms, their hands, their wrist will move in a certain way that sort of leans towards certain styles and looks. And I just love detail and horror and creepiness and weird stuff like that lends itself towards a lot of detail. So that's why I end up drawing stuff like this, because I just love, like, every time there's a blank spot somewhere on the canvas, I just want to add more information. So yeah, that's it's I don't know. I'm sure there are other people who are like perfectly normal and then draw like weird shit like this.
I don't think
But
there's normal anywhere. I don't think nobody's normal. You
well,
know,
I'm just saying, like, you wouldn't go up to somebody and be like, "Hey, I just had this great idea for an image. Worms licking up eye juices." Like, that's not normal. Like,
worms
I'm
looking up my
saying,
juice. Believe
not
it or not,
everything's
that's
relative.
that's some stuff I would talk about. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, if you're on a at a bus stop and some lady's bitching about her day,
I just saw this picture. The worms is looking at his eyeball. You gotta see it. You gotta see it. You gotta see it.
she
It's
was
telling
like,
me right now.
"Oh, I just went to the store and they gave me the wrong price for tomatoes." And you're like, "You know what? I was just thinking."
Speaking of stores, you
Uh-huh.
do you shop at Woodman's?
No, no.
No, is it like a high class store or something like what about it? The reason you don't shop there?
I I don't even know what it is. I've
Woodman's,
never
the one
never seen, never walked past one, never even had an opportunity to
they
enter one. I have
they're
no
all up
idea.
there. They're all up there around where you at, man. That's why I was asking.
Uh, Let me look. I lead a very simple life, my friend.
That is true. All I do is
Well,
jewels and
thanks. I didn't know that you had a camera on me at all times, but yeah, thanks for confirming that. But yeah, like I just
a camera on you. Oh,
you said I said I lead a very simple life and you say, "Yeah, that's true." And I'm like, "Really? Okay.
hey man.
Thanks."
I can't tell you what a camera is. Okay. I can't disclose that information. But no, it's three
I've
thirty.
inserted it in your nose.
Right, it's 3:30. I gotta go do some family stuff for the family. This is some
Oh, cool.
shading I
Okay.
was working on recently when I was outside of work actually, and I didn't go, and I just started drawing.
See, when I look at this, I think I wish I could do that. And I mean, you're looking at it as a very like cynical, maybe like, I know you like it, but I mean, you just I can't do that. Okay, that's all I'm
This
trying to say. It
this is
looks great
mirror.
to me.
This is mirror. So just
I'm
mirror.
just looking at the style, like the look of it, the color. I mean, it looks like it's watercolor and it's got this beautiful like, the like angular shape of it with
Yeah.
the head. Like you're for me, if I did something like this, I wouldn't be able to stop myself from adding hair or like a mustache or
S-
some extra something that isn't
So
necessary.
the
Like this is
orange.
beautiful just the
Yeah.
way it is.
The
I think it looks
orange.
great.
Thanks, man. Thanks. The orange is like intended for me to do a fur, so I'm trying to get to a fur. But I think I'm gonna have to do like every line in it. You know, it ain't like as good as like a blender where I can just throw a throw skin on it and just call it fur.
Wait, no,
And
you don't have to worry about that. You can actually just adding a couple lines, that's all you really need to do, and people will fill in. I mean, I don't
oh,
think I'm doing this gonna show you something that's gonna, but you can actually add just some basic lines, just and people's imagination will fill in the rest. So don't think of it as like every single, because they actually suggest like artists to not do that, to not like add every. I do it because I'm obsessed with detail, but most people, artists, just like, no, don't go crazy with the hair. You'll never draw every single hair.
yeah, I know. So working on coloring my best girl right here. This one.
Ah, beautiful.
Yeah.
Wait, she's not the insane one, right? She doesn't go crazy, or does she?
Yeah, she does go crazy.
Why would that be your girl?
That's my she's the best one. I mean, she
She's a
won't
fucking nut.
she
She's a goddamn nut, dude.
yeah, she
She
don't go super crazy though. That's Rim. Rim don't go crazy. She's a demon and she has demon power. So if she
But doesn't
needs
she
to,
kill him like
oh,
like a dozen
she does
times?
kill him. She does kill
I wouldn't
Subaru.
be. I
Subaru. She does
The
kill
whole
Subaru.
rest of the anime, I didn't trust her because of that whole scenario, that whole
Oh my
thing.
gosh, she has the best scenes in the anime. She literally talks about a life where her and him were together and they was living
Dude,
in peace and it
it
was
was a
just like beautiful. That was like the the number one waifu thing ever.
it's a lovely scene because she is the best girl. Like, if she didn't go crazy, she is the best girl. I get it. But it's all undermined by the fact that he's just like, yeah, I'm not interested. Like, she gives this beautiful speech, and he's like, yeah, no,
You know I love
sorry.
what you call it,
You're
boy.
just like, as an audience, you're just like, why the fuck are you wasting my time? Like, son of a bitch.
Right?
Like in the back of my mind, I'm like, why are you working so hard to get this other girl when you have this wonderful person in front of you?
Oh man,
Like,
that's why I say she's the best girl. That's why I love her. She's my best girl.
yeah, but I mean, you can fall in love with the wrong type of girl, though. I mean, she does go crazy
I
and
think
kill him like a dozen times.
any girl you fall in love with is the wrong type of girl. And
It's like that Chris.
she
It's
only
like that Chris Rock. She like, I'm a man. She's a woman. I'm black. She's black. Like,
that's what
it'll never
happened.
work.
It never worked, you know. But she only
Oh
kills
man.
him because he's suspicious at first, you know. And
Oh yeah, no,
yeah,
no. That's
it's reasons behind it. She's just not killing him just to kill him. And then she saved his life, and he saved her life. And
yeah.
so it's a give and take. It's like any relationship, you know. You got to kill him, you know, and it's only when you dead that you know that y'all loved each other. Don't believe me? Ask Romeo and Juliet. You know.
It's like that scene in like Men in Black where they leave that video store and he picks up the shovel and he says, "Mom," like walking away. Like, no, that's a terrible example. But basically what you're saying is the only way to show love is by killing someone.
That's the only way, man. If we died, if we're dead,
Heartbreak. Heartbreak. I think that's the word you're looking for, is heartbreak.
yes, if we're dead, then that's the only way. Death,
Yeah. And
death is
you
the
won't
only
really
way.
you won't really know true happiness until you've met ultimate sadness kind of thing.
Exactly. Death is the only way, and that's
I,
the only way you'll ever know true
I
happiness
feel like
or
there's a lot of
sadness.
happy people have no idea what you're talking about right now.
It's only
I'm not one of them.
you're not
I'm
one
not
of
saying
them.
I'm one of them. I'm just saying like other people out there are like, what the fuck is he talking?
I'm
I
talking
think I
about the
can go a
truth.
day without like slapping like a woman around or like beating them up or throwing them off a bridge.
Yeah,
Boy, that got really fucking dark. I'm so sorry.
you're
Like
right,
that
man.
got really dark. But anyway, okay. You got to go. You said it
Yeah,
was
I'm
like
about to
3:30.
go
You got to go.
to the grocery store and get some groceries and do all the other
I was
stuff that
just I've
people
been
do.
sitting here since like about noon. I need to use the bathroom, so I need to take a break anyway. I'm gonna double check my shit now though. For anyone who might be
Make
watching.
sure it's soft, man. If it's soft, you might want to put a little more fiber in your diet, man. You know, for
I'll
me, it's like people think I'm like, do you check it on purpose? Like, yeah, I purposely check it. like,
Yeah, but you're doing it for a medical
yeah,
reason, and I
medical
think that
reason.
is good advice. But the doctors say you're not supposed to force your shits,
No,
and
you
I think that
shouldn't, but you need to make sure
yeah,
you take one every day. So if you're not taking one every day, you're not regular. That's what the term
well,
regular comes from. You got to be regular. That way you're getting
I'll
all of the beer, is where you're getting all the bullshit out of your body. And you can feel better.
I'll be sure to squeeze the next shit I mean, hold it in my hand, maybe flip it over a couple times, check its weight, check its consistency.
That's right,
No,
man.
honestly, like I eat a lot of salads, so my shits generally are pretty soft. And I feel like I've achieved something. Like I've met like a Xbox achievement because you're like gotta make sure it's soft. I'm like, dude, that's like every day. Like, cool. Get
Hell
the
yeah.
little announcement, ding, achievement unlocked.
Oh yeah, I better get off of here. That girl might get mad. I'm showing this anime with all this suggestive
Oh
stuff
shit.
on it. Oh my
Oh yeah,
gosh,
yeah, yeah.
it's
Okay,
not.
dude.
It's not the. It's
I
just a
will see you
game.
later. I wasn't even paying attention.
It's a
I wasn't even
game.
looking at that. And then I look up and there's like this girl in a bikini.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm
yeah,
gonna
yeah. It's a game. It's not,
say goodbye to
all right, y'all,
Lemonade.
man. Thank y'all for having me, man. Anytime, man. I'm glad I caught you this time. I see you so much, and I'm rarely ever sitting down. So, you actually caught me sitting down. Geeklemonade.com. Check out Michael's pencil if you're watching me on other places. And man, it's a pleasure, man. I can't wait to talk to you more. Will I see you this week or next week?
Um, they haven't gotten back to me, which is really annoying.
So
But
I'll have to call you at the hours. Like,
yeah, I'll definitely let you know how that all turns out. And um, if I don't see you at work, I'll see you next weekend because I'm still streaming. Life still
all right,
goes
okay,
on.
for sure.
But anyway, yeah, just wish me luck, I guess is all I'm gonna
No
say.
problem, man. You got it. All right.
Yep.
I'll talk to you later.
Have a good night, man. Thanks a lot for hanging out.
Oh, no problem.
See ya.